So hello and welcome to Casual Leaves. So I've been away for a few days, away in the sense that I was super busy, and last 1 week I was really behind my plant chores and watching my plants and generally sharing updates on the videos here. So I've got a lot of plants here. There are about maybe roughly 15 plants that I have updates to show you guys of, and I thought it'd be a good thing to sit down and take you through the updates because I am extremely burnt out and exhausted from the last week because of some work updates, and maybe I'll talk about it as we get into the plant updates. I thought I'll just sit down so it will give me a chance to rest as well and give us more time to talk about the updates, the new leaves on the plants, and appreciate them even more. So I want to start with that right away. So I'm going to start with Anthurium updates. If you may have seen my last video, I received 4 extremely rare Anthurium hybrids from House of Mirac, and some of them already have new leaf updates. So I really wanted to get them here and show you guys them up close and personal. So here they are. This is the Anthurium Panama cross with Zara, cross with Michelle. And when I got this plant, this leaf was kind of like, it was a little bump in the last new leaf, but here is it's kind of on its way to unfurl. In fact, last night I had posted a story of this and it was still like closed, but today you can see it's already kind of unfurling. Let me show a little close-up of this. So extremely dark, like that is black. This is black, and I was, of course, I've been chatting about it to understand what kind of lighting conditions do dark anthuriums require, because I think if they receive too much light, the dark colors may turn into greens. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this here. This is the last leaf. Yes, this is the last leaf, and it's got a very leathery texture. Of course, again, I'll be doing dedicated videos on these anthuriums, but the whole thing was about an update on this new leaf. So we'll not get into too many details, but waiting for this emergent to become a bit bigger, open up so we can see it in a bit more detail. This is the next one. This is Anthurium Besseae AFF, Wonderboy crossed with Michelle. So this is the newest leaf, which was very small when I did the last video, and it has grown so huge. It is still very tender. It is still growing up. That's why a bit like curled that way, but it's gonna straighten up and harden up soon. But it's really becoming huge in size, and I had posted again a story of this where a few days back the colors were so awesome. This one has got like a very dark green and kind of a bluish sheen to it if you see the last few leaves. So I'm really waiting for this one to harden up, because this one is the biggest leaf on this plant, and when it hardens, it's going to look beautiful. So right now, of course, the colors are changing, and on the camera actually they look different than what I am seeing it as, but just wanted to capture this update here. So this is by far my favorite of the anthuriums that I received the other day. The next one is this little guy. It's a hybrid of possibly King of Spades, KoS, and I received this from Gail, and it came in a plant mail to me, and I thought it would be a good time to update you guys with this new leaf. This is the latest leaf, and also like I have been sort of considering separating that offshoot from the base here, because I can actually separate it and multiply this plant. So that's a conversation on this plant that I want to do soon. But all of these leaves are new. They have just been coming one after the other. It's been a really fast grower, and there is this bit, the chunk, which I wish to separate out soon and repot it as well. So just wanted to get it here and show this new leaf. Moving on, so I think I'm done with anthuriums. Those were the 3 anthuriums I wanted to show today, but the next one is this beautiful Wilbur grays, and I can't believe the new growth on this plant. All of these are new leaves, and this is a new vine which had popped up after I moved it into pon. So this plant is in pon, and oh my god, look at the roots. I just saw this right now as well. I had no clue about this. So those are the roots that my Hoya Wilbur Graves has got when I put it in pond, and it needs water. It's out of water. And oops, I think I made a little mistake the other day. I was trying to wrap around this vine and it seems to have kind of broken. That's fine. Can I separate it back out? Okay, yeah, so that's the whole plant. And this was like the earlier what do you call it, the vine. So this was an earlier vine which tried pushing a couple of these leaves. This was like the last leaf on this vine, but then suddenly after moving it to pond, this whole new vine with all of these new leaves came up. So just wanted to show a good close-up. So all of these are new leaves. Can you believe how fast it has been growing? Like all of this is new growth. This, all of this. Love the splashes on it. And let me try and show you closely. Like, how could you not love this plant? So I'm actually thinking to order one more and like combine these plants together, since I think I know that it loves the cabinet, it loves pond, and I could maybe have like at least 2 plants together. It will look amazing. So this is my so far only success story with Hoyas. So I would totally recommend this plant to everyone, even like if you're a Hoya beginner. Perfect plant, love it. If you have humidity, it's going to do good. After that, I wanted to do a few of Alocasias. How could we not have Alocasias? So this is my Alocasia black. So this is my Alocasia black velvet, the one which is in leca actually, and that's the reason why I wanted to get this one today, because look at all these roots. It's got amazing roots now. So this was all very quick new growth. Like right after I shifted it into leca, it developed very good roots. It needs watering because the water is over, and that's why there's so much condensation. Let me see if I can just put some water. So I just want to water it so that that condensation can go away and we can see the roots. Yeah, there you go. So amazing root growth, and this is the newest leaf. Loving it. It's still sizing up, and the reason why I also got it is it's pushing out 2 new leaves at the same go from the same stem. That doesn't happen with Alocasias, if you know what I mean, because Alocasias typically would be like just 3 leaves on the plant, but this guy is like pushing these 2 new leaves, 1 and 2, and this one already came out. Not this one, sorry, this one, and that's the same plant I think which is pushing out the leaves. So clearly it is extremely happy. This one was the oldest leaf. Then there are tiny leaves. This had mealies. It had until last week also, and I've been treating it. So maybe I'll spray it again now with some neem oil. And yeah, so I thought it'd be good to capture, waiting for these leaves to unfurl. How beautiful are they going to be? Lovely. And on Alocasia updates, I also wanted to show this new leaf which is gonna come out soon on my Jacklyn. So this is a mother plant. It seems like it's pushing out a decently big sized leaf. This is also in pond, and this is root bound for sure because I can see roots inside in the reservoir. So I have to one day do a potting of this plant. All my plants, some of my Alocasias in pond, and these are the babies of that plant. So these guys have been doing well too. This is the corm of this very plant, and finally it has upsized quite a bit. Like these guys are becoming like proper plants, and again look at all the roots. So pond is the thing, guys. That's the secret sauce. That's the secret ingredient. It's like rooting really well and upsizing itself. New leaves on the way here as well. Same as with this one. This is in a smaller container, and this also has a lot of roots inside and a lot of new growth here. So very happy. I think eventually I would like to combine all of them together. I think so. Like, how amazing it will look when I have these guys all in a single pot. The reason I have not yet done that is I'm out of pon. I have to buy some, make some, so I will be doing that soon. I want to do a Alocasia pon video soon next, because the same situation is with my dragon scale. It is so root bound, so that'll be the next one. And then I want to show this leaf on my Alocasia Frydek before it finally goes away. It's like started to go away now. It was so beautiful. I have posted about it so many times. It's got this lovely snowy white variegation with beautiful green, dark green, light green textures. And now it actually pushed out this new leaf after that. So it sized up. So after this leaf, the size went up, which is here. Of course, it was a totally green leaf, some spot variegation. That's not pest damage, just some very light variegation. And now it's pushing out that new leaf, which is seeming like a green only leaf, but it's quite big, so no complaints. What I have noticed, it is pushing out 2 green leaves and then a variegated leaf. So before this I had 2 complete green leaves, and then I got this one. So I'm just going to be patient basically with this guy. And even this one, this leaf is doing well. I thought it will go out soon. It had this corner variegation here. It's a very nice thick dark leaf. It had some pest damage, but some spot variegation too. So leaf 1, leaf 2, leaf 3, and then we have the 4th one. This is in pon 2, and this is fine. It doesn't need any uppotting yet. And while I'm at this very plant, I want to show its babies. So I keep showing this often, but the reason I want to show it today again is to ask a question. Actually, I don't know at what point am I supposed to remove the combs from this container and like start potting them up in pon. I want to keep it in hydroponics, semi-hydroponics only. It's got a ton of roots. Not sure if it will be clearly visible, but it's got a lot of roots now. And you can see inside there are a lot of stems. So there was a lot of mint variegation here, which right now has become duller. These were like proper mint colored leaves. Of course, they're very small, so you don't want to disturb them too much. And this was like one of the older leaves, which is like a matured nice one with good variegation, even these ones. So I don't know when am I supposed to separate them out. At what point do I do that? Like, I don't know how can I show it, but it's all getting messy inside. So if you guys know, please do tell. I just don't want to be in a situation where I can't separate them from the moss, or I can remove this whole thing and put it in pon. Do I do that? Let me know how to go about it. And okay, after that I have an interesting one. It's been a while, but I wanted to show this guy. So I thought I'll be posting about it in a reel or something, but this is my bipenifolium, and it got this really beautiful leaf, and it's been outdoors as in room humidity, so I put that little cloche on it. But look at this beautiful new leaf. It is so nice. Like, this is like a pure perfection kind of a leaf. Like, it just feels pure to me. And this color, like, it's got this lime kind of a color, and it's been out since a while, so it's not like a brand new leaf or something. It's been a while, and it's trying to push out another leaf here, very tiny, can't really see it, but I need to water this, so I removed it now. I'll water it and I'll keep it away. This was one of the cuttings in from one of my earlier videos where I chopped the plant up because it wasn't growing. So I'll water it now. And then I have got some begonia updates. This guy especially, like all of these are new leaves. Like I think every leaf you see on the plant apart from these yellowy ones, those are just the last older leaves left from when I bought the plant, but the rest of them are brand new leaves and they are just extremely pretty. They are silver metallic and those purplish bluish hues are just amazing. And so is the back side. They've got this reddish warm yellow kind of backs and the red stems, and when the light passes through, like it just looks so beautiful. So loving this plant so much. All of this is new growth, and I'm like, I think the only reason I am able to have this is because of the cabinet, or it won't survive at all. So this needs some pruning and stuff. Like I need to get rid of the old leaves now. I would love to repot it, but I'm not, like I'm very scared to repot begonias because they have a special soil requirement and I'm not sure. Again, if you guys can help me with a soil recipe, it would be great. Also, let me try and show if possible, but how these guys have these little kind of thorns on the leaves. Can you see these thorns? Like it's got thorns on all the leaves and it's got like really fuzzy petioles. So loving this plant, and this whole purplish blue color is like a metallic thing, so love it so much. I want to uppot it soon. That's begonia ideal silver blue, and this is a Rex begonia, and this also has new leaves, but this is like a small leaf begonia. So of course after seeing that the excitement becomes a bit lesser, but it's got a lot of new growth. This is more metallic than that one though, in terms of the shine it creates, the sheen it creates, but love this too. It's a very nice cute little plant, love it. All of this is like new growth, but it takes time to size up on the leaves, so of course the excitement is lesser than the other one. Then I want to talk about my Monstera Birdie Marks Flame. So this is the newest leaf. I had put a reel on this and that time this was still unfurling, but it's kind of now hardened up and it's such a nice thick leaf. And I had posted about this recently where it was also pushing out like this one more leaf, but it kind of crisped and dried up. So just wanted to show that here. Or it was actually trying to push out two leaves at one go, which was this and this. So this one came out, that one couldn't, and this was a leaf it came with, like the little fenestration thing. But want to show the roots on it, so it's pushing out good roots at least. So I'm thinking I should pot it up. There was one more I think on the other side. I mean, there were two places. I watered it so you can't see it, but yeah, it's got nice thick roots. So I'm gonna repot this very soon, maybe after this video or something. And then last three updates on some trailing plants. And that's because they're doing so well. So this is my Synapsis Synapsis silver, and it's got like a lot of new growth. So all of this, the 3 vines, it has been growing like crazy. All of this has been new growth on this plant, all of this. So I'm not doing anything to it, I'm just watering it, trying to be on top of watering with the plant, not disturbing it, because every time I've tried to repot a trailing plant, I have killed it. Like that's how I kill plants. Trailing plants and repotting is not my thing at all, but loving all this new growth on it. And On synapses, I have to show my Trebui Moonlight, which is doing extremely well. Just gonna go a little behind. So look at that. Of course, like these are the leaves the plant came with, so those are like the bigger bushier ones, but look at this, guys. This is amazing. This is like, there are 4 vines I think, and all of them have been pushing out new leaves. And again, I'm not doing anything to this plant, I just water it, and this needs less watering. It's a slow grower, it's known to be a slow grower, so I think the first year of this plant it didn't do much, but look at all of this now. Like it's been, I think it's pushing out new leaves every week, multiple, like on the multiple vines, and even on top actually. Let me show this side. So it's pushing out leaves here on top as well. It had mealies when I got it. It always had some or the other like mild mealy problem, and it's got very leathery leaves. So today I went and I cleaned. You have to really clean, like the dust can really stick to it and collect into like those dust balls kind of things. But I'm just loving this plant so much. This is one of my favorite plants, and more so now that it's growing, and I give it very little light, just a note. So while it's kept near grow lights, I make sure the light doesn't fall on it, and it's in room humidity. And then finally, the last plant I want to show today is this interesting guy. This is my Hoya linearis, and it's a very nice plant that I got on Amazon. I found it on Amazon. I always wanted linearis, and look at all that growth. And this is like the longest vine it has, and it's kind of growing this way now. If you can see like this little thing here, and this is all new growth. Like I'll show the new leaves. A definite collector's plant. It is so soft, it's like bird feathers. I don't know if you will know that reference, but it's like feather soft. These are all new leaves, so it pushes out leaves in pairs of 2. Let me try again. So it will push out leaves in pairs of 2, and then a new growth will start from the middle, the center of the 2 leaves. All of these are new leaves. This thing on top, oh my god, it's so soft to touch. I think just to know the texture of the plant, people should buy it. It's like another sensation altogether. And now look at this on top. These are brand new vines it's pushing out, and I hang it on top. The bottom of it gets a lot of light, the top doesn't. That's the arrangement I have done, and I love this plant. This white thing, I don't know what that is. It came from the seller. I'm guessing it's some sort of a fertilizer thing which is stuck on it. But yes, so loving this plant a lot. And apart from that, the only update that I hate to share is that I have thrips on all my monsteras. I had to chop off one of my monstera completely. Let me show it actually. I think my mic again went, the battery went. I've had no time. Forgot to talk about that bit though. Is it on? I hope it's on. I hope you guys can hear me. I have a bad mic situation. But anyway, here is my Monstera Thai constellation. It had proper 3 big leaves, but now it doesn't. It got really bad thrips, and you guys helped me identify it actually. And on Instagram, I posted about it. I asked you guys a few questions, but it's got good roots, so nothing is lost. And it's been in water since a week because I had no time to repot it, but it has already started pushing out new roots within that time. And I think even the stem here is trying to eventually push out some new growth. I changed the water just once in between. And do I need to treat it for thrips even now? I don't know. Should I? I have no clue. Maybe I'll do that. First, I'm going to repot it. Let's see when I get the chance to do that. So basically, my work schedule has changed completely. and now I have no daylight hours left with me to shoot any videos or even pay attention to my plants or even look at them. So I've had a very tough week at work in that sense. My last job allowed me a lot of daylight hours for me to be able to shoot videos, but the current one doesn't. And it's been a week and I'm struggling with my plants and with YouTubing because this takes time and I'm left with no time. I have a lot of work piled up even on the weekend, and it's new for me, it's very difficult for me, but it's very interesting also, so we'll know soon more about that. But yeah, those were the plant updates, and I'm just loving all the anthuriums right now. The dark leaf ones is so new for me. I think for me the newest thing this year is the dark leaf and the mint colored leaves. Like, those are the two new things that I really like this year. But yes, I'm gonna go now and keep all of this back in its spot, which will take a lot of time and it's an effort and I have no energy left in me, but I'm gonna do it because I have to keep them back. But thank you so much if you joined in to watch this video. It means a lot that you come here, watch my videos, talk to me and have a connection with me. Thank you so much for all of that. And I hope I am able to make more videos. I may have to shoot a lot more just on the weekends maybe to catch up, and I hope I can upload them in time for you guys to see. And do like the video, do subscribe, do hit the notification bell if you want to see my next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.